Ask everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First on the election is, or on the agenda is the election results. The election results have been certified, and they are as follows. Craig Sherman had 294 votes. Dave Thomas had 275. Bruce Orr had 253. Michelle Williams had 174. So as a result of the election with 405 voters, the three gentlemen elected were Craig Sherman, Dave Thomas, and Bruce Orr. And with that, I'd like you guys to come down here so we could swear you in. Here. Okay, for the office of council members, I state your name.
Bruce Orr. Dave Thomas. Craig Sherman.
Swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
Swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Delaware,
the Constitution of the State of Delaware,
the Charter, codes, and ordinances for the town of Middletown,
the Charter, codes, and ordinances for the town of Middletown,
and that I will faithfully discharge,
and I will faithfully discharge,
to the best of my judgment and ability,
to the best of my judgment and ability,
without partiality or prejudice,
without partiality or prejudice,
the duties of councilperson for the town of Middletown.
the duties of councilperson of the town of Middletown.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, with that, I have appointments that I need to make. Aaron Blythe will be our vice mayor. Drew Chaz will be treasurer. Craig Sherman will be secretary. Aaron Blythe will be over the Streets and Parks Department. Drew Chaz will be over the Electric Department. Jim Royston will be over the IT and Permits and Inspection Department. Bruce Orr will be over Water and Wastewater. Craig Sherman will be over Maintenance Department. Dave Thomas will be over our Police Department, and I will be over Billing, Finance, Project Management, and Administration. Those are appointments that are required for me by charter. With that, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes before us.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Blythe, seconded by Mr. Sherman, that we approve the minutes before us. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is the treasurer's report, again before us in printed form.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Orr, seconded by Mr. Sherman, that we accept the treasurer's report. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is bills payable, which this month totaled $3,482,257.67.
Make a motion to pay bills when funds become available. Second.
Moved by Mr. Chaz, seconded by Mr. Blythe, to pay the bills as funds become available. Questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Police report, Chief Texter.
Good evening, Mayor and Council, community members. This is the police report for March 2026. During the previous month, we responded to approximately 1,056 calls for service. Quick recap of some of the significant events. It was a pretty quiet month overall. In 2 districts, we had a burglary at the Hardee's on the 23rd, approximately 11:55 p.m. An unknown suspect entered the establishment via the main entrance, which was unsecured, and removed an undetermined amount of money. If anybody has any information, I please ask you to contact the Middletown detectives. Didn't have anything significant over in 3 and 4. I think the cold weather kind of kept everybody at bay the last month. For dispositions for the month, we had 200 traffic summonses. We had 3 DUI arrests, 46 criminal arrests, 7 felonies, 34 misdemeanors, a civil penalty, and a violation. had 108 warnings, were 206 reports, and had 287 field service reports. You can see a breakout for the calls of service, 152 in one district, 109 in two districts, 77 in 52 in 3 and 4. And then just a real quick recap of some of the support services, community services. They had some meetings with local community members, met with some of the Freedom House, Freedom Center, who were helpful. They do help community members in need, especially with the cold weather. Did some mediations with some local community residents to try and resolve things through a non-criminal manner. And then we also had a save from a Narcan overdose from heroin fentanyl this last month. Just as you can see, we still continue to have some issues with traffic issues. Just a reminder, the Little League is back in now, and please be extra careful. Lots of little kids over Silver Lake Park and some of our other communities. Just ask you again, as you can see, Cochran Street's one of our reoccurring issues with stop signs. Please stop for the stop signs. There's going to be extra kids and stuff, and they're, of course, excited to be out there, not really paying attention where they are. And again, for yet the umpteenth month, inattentive driving continues to be our main problem. Please just slow down a little bit. Don't answer that phone call or don't look at that text. It can wait because, again, it's the #1 problem relating to car accidents, and we really would appreciate it if you could help us with that. And that concludes the police report, sir.
I'll entertain a motion to accept Chief Texler's police report.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Mr. Thomas, seconded by Mr. Royston. Questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is the Middletown Main Street update. Kate Rokos.
Good evening. I don't have a whole lot significant to report right now, but of course I will be back up in a few moments.
Yes, you will.
We did do a puzzle and game swap last month that was very well received by the community, so we will be adding that again to our agenda for next year.
That's it?
That's what I have.
Okay, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to accept Kate's Middletown Main Street update.
So moved.
By Mr. Royston, seconded by Mr. Chaz. Any questions on the motion? None. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we'll go into our public hearings. And first on the agenda was the Delaware Opioid Settlement Commission funding update. And I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are.
Yes.
If they have a problem with it, he's a Deputy Attorney General. So,
Good evening, everyone. Mayor, Town Council, thank you for having me. My name is Bradley Owens. I am the Director of the Delaware Prescription Opioid Settlement Distribution Commission. I've been the new director for about a year now, and I just memorized the name. But the Opioid Commission is essentially a grant-making body. Our responsibility is to distribute the opioid settlement dollars that the state and local governments agreed to receive from the pharmaceutical companies across the country. Why does this pertain to Middletown? Is because Middletown is one of 10 local jurisdictions who signed on to the settlement agreement with the state of Delaware. In exchange for dropping lawsuits against the pharmaceutical companies and joining the lawsuit with the state of Delaware, we now have one pot of settlement dollars that the state is managing, right? And last year, we agreed with Mayor Brainerd and the other 9 jurisdictions that are a part of the 10 to distribute a portion of our funds every year to local governments. In fact, 15% of our annual distribution will go to local governments every year. We anticipate distributing approximately $15 million a year for the next 12 years. And if you do the math, 15% of that is about $2.25 million a year that goes to local governments in exchange for joining the settlement agreement with the state of Delaware. $2.25 million split between 10 jurisdictions isn't necessarily a lot of money, but it's enough money to do some real good. How do we split the money between 10 jurisdictions? Well, a few different ways. We base it on a formula, if you will. Overdose rates is an important factor that we consider, right? How bad is the opiate epidemic hitting this jurisdiction? One way we can measure that is via overdose rates, right? Another way we can measure that is via the referral rates. How many people are seeking treatment from this town, right? We can measure that too via our state metrics. Social vulnerability index, it incorporates factors like poverty levels and unhoused rates, et cetera. And the last factor we consider is population size. So we essentially take those 4 factors, we overlay them on each of the jurisdictions, Wilmington, Milford, Seaford, Dover, Middletown, Newark, and the 3 counties,
3 counties.
Sussex, Newcastle County. So we put that formula over those jurisdictions and come up with a number. So basically, we split $2.25 million every year between the 10 jurisdictions. Middletown this year is entitled to $94-ish thousand, right? For this year and essentially for the next 12 years to follow. Now, it's a formula-based grant, so the numbers could change. If your overdose rates go down or they go up, you might be entitled to more money. But give or take $100,000 this year and every year to follow until we run out of money, which is about 12 years from now. So, in December of 2025, we established a new grant program specifically designed for local governments, and it gives the local governments discretion as to what to do with that money. Essentially, there's 2 options. The local government can receive the money directly and pay for things internally. It might be to supplement EMS services. It might be to add a behavioral health specialist or a clinician on the EMS team, right? Something that the town pays for directly. Or the town or the local jurisdiction can choose to identify a third-party organization in their community to distribute the money to, or multiple organizations. So there's 2 options: receive it directly and do something internally, or identify a third party or 2 in the community to do the work that they do. And that's what I'm here to present to Town Council. You have approximately $94,000 to decide whether or not you want to pay for things internally that have a direct connection to opioid use disorder or the opioid epidemic. There's a settlement agreement that we follow. In fact, there's what we call Exhibit E that outlines all the allowable uses for the settlement dollars. So we have guidelines. Here's all the things that you can do with money. And then we have my team that provides guidance to local governments to try to find projects that, 1, are going to be impactful, 2, that align with our strategies, and 3, can be sustained over a long period of time. Again, it can be something internal or it could be something external. That's for you all to decide. I'm here and my team is here to provide guidance for you all as to what to do. We are taking our first shot at launching this grant program right now. Our early application period just ended today, actually. And then our second round, if you will, of application will go out in a few weeks on the 24th of March. We'll reopen it and allow local jurisdictions like yourself to apply for funds on projects that you find important between now, March, and May. So you have approximately 2 months to propose your ideas. We'll vet them to make sure that they align with the settlement agreement, and then we're going to put those ideas forward to our commission. The Opioid Commission is actually made up of 15 individuals, much like this, who are appointed by statute, who make decisions about how we spend the dollars. I'm the administrative team, right? I represent the administrative function. I'm carrying out the duties of the commission, but the commission is a board of folks just like this who will vote on your proposed application. It's up to my team to make sure that, 1, your application is allowable, it's aligned with the settlement agreement, and then it's up to you. A big part of this money was to give you some power, right? What do you think the money should be used for in your communities? Not what does Brad think or what the Opioid Commission thinks, right? But what does the town of Middletown think needs to be done in their communities? There's no doubt about it, the Opioid Commission has had a tremendous impact on local jurisdictions. That's why you're an eligible party in the lawsuits in the first place. You know, with folks overdosing and dying, that puts a tremendous impact on emergency response services, our healthcare services, our police departments, et cetera. And the lawsuits were meant to try to make whole in some way, shape, or form. Money's not going to make, bring back those who are lost, but it's the only way to hold the pharmaceutical companies accountable for their actions, right? And to give some authority back to local jurisdictions as to how to make their communities better. So I'm here to say we have approximately $100,000, or you have approximately $100,000 to decide how it's going to be spent in your jurisdiction for the next, or at least this year. Next year we can come back and I can do the same thing, and you can propose different ideas. But I essentially am encouraging you all to present your ideas to me and my team between now and May, so that we can vet them, approve them, and put them forward to a vote. And then we will distribute monies according to the plan. We essentially give quarterly payments, so it's a year-long program. We'll break it down into 4 payments. You do what you're supposed to do in the first 3 months, then we cut the check for the second 3 months. When I say do what you're supposed to do, we hold you accountable to what you say you're going to do. So if you're going to, let's say, add 1 staff person to your EMS team that goes out and responds to overdoses, right? Well, did you hire the staff person, right? What are they? How many overdose calls did they respond to? We have monthly metrics that you guys will report on, just like any other grantee. And as long as you're held accountable, or you're doing what you say you're going to do, we will then make another payment. And then that process goes on and on, as long as I'm here and as long as the money's here for the next 12 years. It was a big deal, actually, to start this second grant program for local governments. There were several years where local governments didn't necessarily have a meaningful opportunity to say what the money should be going towards. Mayor Brainerd knows. He felt like we could do a better job. That was before my time, but now that I'm here, I do think the local government should have some say, and this is one way we're going to do it. Do we have it all figured out? No. And I think that was a part of the hesitation for the previous administration. There's a lot of what ifs, and there's a lot of risk to giving local governments monies, right? We're lucky enough to not have done something right away, and over the last few years, we can look back to what other states are doing across the country. I represent Delaware, but there are 50 other states who are receiving settlement dollars, and there's a network of us that communicate. What's Jersey doing? What's Maryland doing? What lessons have you learned? What should I do? What shouldn't I do? So we can apply those lessons here and walk you through this project together. We don't have everything figured out, but instead of hesitating and kicking the can down the line, I figure let's just do it and figure it out later. We have a DAG too, so most of what I do is approved by our attorney, and I'm comfortable enough now to say let's see what we can do and measure the impact over time. Not just holding you accountable, but highlighting the successes that you have, and the decreases in overdoses that you have, and the improvements of public health that you have in this town. Let's highlight that, and I do think $100,000 could make some really good impact, and I'm all ears for what you guys want to do with it. So.
Okay, what he mentioned was the 10 municipalities. We're a subcommittee of the commission, so we report to the commission. We have monthly meetings, talk about that, and then the dollars are broken up by whoever has the most cases, most issues gets the higher dollars, and ours are the lowest, which is good. So we get the least amount of money, which is good for what we do, but we're going to get $100,000. We've talked about it in a meeting that he and I had. So we're going to sit down as a council and as a public and think about ideas with the police department, with the fire company. What are things that we can use our $100,000 toward, then get with the Deputy Attorney General, and then talk about what we want to use it for. And we have till the end of May to do that. So the clock's ticking on that. So we've talked about it, and we're going to make use of this little bit less than $100,000. So does anybody have any questions? I mean, anybody, anything? Any questions from anyone? That's why he's here. He's here to answer any concerns, questions, anything at all. Okay, thank you, sir. Look forward to working with you.
You're very welcome. Yes. Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. You kidding? Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is a motion to approve the MOT Little League Parade Report for April, parade permit for April 18th, 2026 at 10 a.m. I'll entertain a motion to approve it. You're up.
Go home now. But no, thank you. No, we are looking to do our annual opening day parade going into Silver Lake Park again on April 18th, 2026. Hopefully this year it doesn't rain anywhere it gets canceled. We'll start from Silver Lake Elementary School. We'll go west on East Park Place to South Cox Street, Then we're going to go north on South Cox Street to East Reading Street, west on East Reading Street to South Broad Street, and then north on South Broad Street to East Cochran Street. And then we'll go east on Cochran Street and turn right back into the front entrance of Silver Lake Park, where we'll congregate again at the big baseball field.
Great. I'll entertain a motion to approve the MOT Little League Parade permit for April 18th at 10 a.m. as just presented. Moved by Mr. Chaz, seconded by Mr. Thomas. Questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Mayor, I'm
Motion
going to
carried.
abstain from vote.
Let it show that the president of the league abstained because the vice president made the presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Next on the agenda is a motion to approve Stone Square Lodge Number 22 Memorial Day Parade permit for May 22nd, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. Mrs. Krenzer. What'd I say? 25th.
Good evening. I'm here on behalf of Stone Square Lodge Number 22, who could not be here tonight. He had an emergency come up, but Kenny Davis has been going around and setting up this parade for more than 30 years, and it's going to be May 25th at 10:30. And it's the usual route, but they're going to be able to step off from Reading School this year, now that the school's all done. So they come out to Main Street, go up to Lake, and back around to the school.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the Stone Square Lodge Number 22 Memorial Day Parade permit for May 25th, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. Moved by Mr. Thomas, seconded by Mr. Orr. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Let them know.
Gates back up. You want to read it or want me to read it?
You can read.
Thank you. Kate's going to make a public assembly request for a charcuterie crawl downtown on June 4th, 2026 from 5 to 7 p.m.
Yes, this is on behalf of Middletown Main Street, and this is similar to the last 4 we have done over the last 2 years. So this will be our 5th one. It'll involve 5 downtown Middletown Main Street businesses with the food courses as well as the beer and wine tastings inside. We usually have about 200 people come out for it, so it's pretty well received.
Do we let the fit group, let them know that they can't use the parking lot the night before? We've usually done that. We put the food trucks here, right?
Not for this event. For the Family Fun Fest, we do.
So we don't need them to keep out of here?
No, we
Okay.
don't need anything for this event.
Okay, all right. So I'll entertain a motion to grant permission to the charcuterie call as presented for June 4th, 2026 from 5 to 7.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Royston, seconded by Mr. Sherman. Questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a public assembly request for a Flag Day event at Cochran Square on June 14th, 2026 from 6:30 to 7:30. Case?
So I believe this will be our 3rd annual Flag Day event. And it will be very similar to what we've done in the past, where we will have, speakers come out and songs, and it's just a nice, very family-friendly, patriotic event. So nothing different than what we've done in the past.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to grant the public assembly request for Flag Day event on Cochran Square, June 14th, from 6:30 to 7:30.
So moved.
By Mr. Orr, seconded by Mr. Chaz. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a public assembly request from Kate for a Family Fun Fest event in the Town Hall parking lot, 19 West Green Street on July 18th, 2026 from 3 to 7 p.m.
Again, this is on behalf of Middletown Main Street. This is an event we've done in the past, so it would be in the lot right out here. It would have different activities for children to do. as well as vendors and food trucks.
Okay, and we will let them know no parking back here. Kristen will handle that,
Yes.
right, Kristen? Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to grant the public assembly request for a Family Fun Fest event at the Town Hall parking lot on July 18th, 2026, from 3 to 7 p.m.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Royston, seconded by Mr. Blythe. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a public assembly request, again from Kate, for the annual Christmas tree lighting and caroling on Cochran Square on November 27th, 2026, from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m.
Again, this is an annual event that we have. We're going to run it the same way, where we will have school choirs come out and invite the community to come out for Christmas caroling, and invite the mayor to come out and light the official Christmas tree as well.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to grant the request for the Christmas tree lighting on November 27th from 5:30 to 6:30.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Chaz, second by Mr. Thomas. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a public assembly request for the Great Middletown Cookie Crawl at Downtown Merchants, December 5th, 2026, from 11 to 2. Kate?
So this will be our second year doing this. It was designed originally to help keep people downtown after the parade, and it worked really well. We had a lot of people very interested in it. It was fun. There were designated areas and stores that they would go to afterwards. They received tins to fill up their tins with Christmas cookies.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to grant permission for the public assembly request for the Great Middletown Cookie Crawl, Downtown Merchants, December 5th, from 11 to 2.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Orr, seconded by Mr. Royston. Questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a public assembly request for a community yard sale on May 9th from 9 to 12 throughout the downtown district.
Again, this is an event that we've done in the past. It's a very simple event. We encourage people within the community to have their yard sale on that day, and you even have the opportunity to advertise it on our website. For those outside of the district, we offer space right outside of our office on Broad Street, and just gives everyone a chance to go out and around and hit all the yard sales at once.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to grant permission for the public assembly request for community yard sale on May 9th from 9 to 12 throughout the downtown district. Moved by Mr. Thomas, seconded by,
Second.
just move everywhere, Mr. Chaz. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a parade permit request for the annual Holiday Spectacular Parade, December 5th at 10 a.m.
All right, and finally, this is for our holiday parade. It would start at Everett Meredith Middle School, and go left onto Broad Street, left onto Main Street, and left onto Scott Street. I would like to say that for 2027, we're hoping to entertain the idea of having an evening light parade, if that's a possibility. We didn't want to spring it on, and we do have some research and work to do ahead of us before we ask for this. But
Don't
I
table
just
this.
wanted to plant that seed. No, but for 2026,
You said 7.
we're going to keep it during the day.
God, it takes you a year and a half to plan a parade.
It does, to do it right.
Okay. So we're going to go with this request.
For now.
But you're giving us a heads up. We're going to
Yes.
come back for a light parade,
27, yes.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to grant the parade permit request for the Holiday Spectacular Parade on December 5th, 2026 at 10 a.m.
So moved.
Moved by Mr.
Second.
Blythe, seconded by Mr. Chaz. Questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Whew. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it. Okay, next on the agenda is 410 Diamond State Boulevard for Suite F. It's a conditional use permit request for Cray, MAGA, and Self-Defense Martial Arts School. 7 elements to be located in an MI zoned area The school will offer martial arts, instruction, self-defense training, conditioning programs for youth and adults, CU-03-26. Someone here? So we're going to have to table this till next month. We'll let them know because we need them here to make a presentation. So next on the agenda is 703 Industrial Drive. It's a conditional use permit request for a daycare facility, Little Kids Swag in an MI zoned area, CU-04-26. Someone here for that? No? Okay, Kristen will let them both know. Probably here last week.
Yeah.
Because of the election. We'll let them know to come the first Monday in April. Okay, the next one on the agenda, 5044 Summit Bridge Road, has asked to be tabled. So that'll be tabled till they get back and they want to get on agenda for the next meeting if they do. So I'll entertain a motion to ratify professional services agreement for services involving financial planning, strategic guidance, policy formulation, and support for debt service. Mr. Deputy.
Yeah, the proposal and the request is to go into a contract with PFM Financial Services to do analysis on our long-range planning based on the remaining growth we have and some of our upcoming debt needs. Best way to finance them.
And the agreement is for,
Well, it's an open-ended, as we use them. We may not use them, we may use them
okay?
for whatever we need at the moment.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to ratify professional services agreement for services involving financial planning, strategic guidance, policy formulation, and support for debt issuance. Moved by Mr. Chaz, seconded by Mr. Blythe. Questions on the motion? Anyone? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a motion to ratify a licensed business auditing and consulting agreement with Apothic Revenue Resources LLC. Mr. Deputy.
So in the past, we've been using Apothic Revenue to do audits of our business licenses. They recently reformed to Apothic Revenue Resources. So it's to strike a new agreement with a new entity, but also to have them continue moving forward with a review of our existing larger businesses. Not that they haven't paid, but to make sure that we're getting paid fairly and they're what we're receiving and what they're paying. So it's to move forward with an audit of some of those businesses to make sure they're treated fairly on both sides.
And that proposal is not to exceed, is that right?
It's a contingency based on any revenues they recover, 28%
Okay.
for the first year.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to ratify a licensed business auditing consulting agreement with Apothic Revenue Resources as just mentioned by Town Manager.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Royston, seconded by Mr. Orr. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a motion to ratify a utility easement agreement with Delmarva Power and Light Company for tax parcel 23-052.00-001 and 23-054.00-001 on Green Giant Road. Mr. Deputy.
So the two easements are with Delmarva Power to get access to some of the work that's needed for Abbey Creek and Chapel Creek down at the southwest side of town. They're small easements for them to get access on our property near Green Giant Road to reach their poles.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to ratify the utility easement agreement with Delmarva Power and Light as just presented by the Town Manager.
So move.
Moved by Mr. Thomas, seconded by Mr. Sherman. Questions on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a motion to ratify a professional services agreement with Becker Morgan Group for work associated with the Town of Middletown Police Station. Mr. Deputy.
The town put out an RFQ for architects for the expansion of the police station upcoming. The recommendation was to enter into an agreement with Becker Morgan Group based on their presentation and their initial proposal to get the plan through the planning stage, concept preliminary for the layout and the interior layout and all the planning associated with that. $223,500. And then a final proposal will come once they have that nailed down for the final engineering.
And that's when we'll put out the RFP.
Well, they'll give us another proposal to finish it once we get all the basics ironed out and how we want it to look and be designed.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to ratify professional services agreement with Becker Morgan Group for the work associated with the town of Middletown Police Station in the amount of $223,500. Moved by Mr. Thomas,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Blight. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is a motion to ratify a participation agreement and marketing agreement with Nilton Group, DBA Guide, the Delaware Department of Safety and Homeland Security, and the Middletown Police Department. Mr. Texter, Chief Texter.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The state of Delaware, specifically the Department of Safety and Homeland Security, got funding for all the police departments throughout the entire state to provide a wellness program, and the company that, the Guide, provides an app with services for officers that are confidential if they're in distress or just for mental health services at no cost. This is just our share of agreeing to participate within the program. There is no cost to the town of Middletown. This is completely funded by the state of Delaware.
Great, okay, so we need to make a motion to go into a participant agreement and marketing agreement with them. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation of Chief Texter for the participation agreement and marketing agreement with Nilton Group, DBA Guide. Moved by Mr. Thomas, seconded by Mr. Chaz. Questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you, sir.
Next on the agenda is unfinished business. Mr. Thomas.
No, sir.
Mr. Sherman.
No, sir.
Mr. Orr.
No, sir.
Mr. Chaz.
No, sir.
Mr. Blythe. Mr. Royston.
No, sir.
Anyone? Anything under unfinished business? New business.
sir.
Mr. Sherman?
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate the Middletown Boys Indoor Track Team. February 24th, they won the DIAA title. I know it's a lot of pride for everybody in the community with that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, another state champion. Yeah, yep. Okay, Mr. Orr.
No, sir.
Mr. Chaz?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Blythe?
Yeah, just a reminder that yard waste pickup resumes on April 6th for the community.
Okay, Mr. Royston?
No, sir.
Anyone? New business? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Mary, and on behalf of NOCAP and ACLU of Delaware, Tide Shift Justice, and others, I'd like to invite the mayor, council members, and police to our community forum on police reform at the library on March 25th at 6 to 8 p.m. I have some flyers I'll leave at the front for you, but just wanted to invite you all officially.
Give them to Kristen. She'll make sure we get them.
Absolutely.
What was the times? March 25th?
March 25th, 6 to 8 p.m., meeting room 2 at the Appoquinimink Library.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
The Appoquinimink
gonna have,
Library, that's our library, right?
Yep. We have 4 different panelists joining us, Dr. Jim Nolan, Tom Donovan, Dr. Tanya Whittle, and Terrell Williams. And
Cool,
they're
good,
just
okay.
community discussion.
6 to 8 to 25th at the library.
Yep, thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Appreciate it, thank you. Anyone else? New business? Yes, sir.
2 items. One, I just want to clarify what I read today. Is it true the Superior Court of Delaware knocked down Capano in his development of the apartment complex?
Damn right it is.
Good job.
Yeah, the judge ruled in our favor on that. We don't know what the deposition is going to be going forward, but he can appeal it to the Supreme Court, the Delaware Supreme Court, if he wants, but we don't know. We haven't been told yet what he's doing officially. So, but yes, that was true what you read.
All
Yes.
right. Good job. The second one deals with the snow this year, the 2 storms.
Yep.
The crews out doing the streets did a wonderful job, except after I completely cleared out my driveway, they completely plowed me in with 3 feet of ice and snow that I had to take 3.5 hours to dig out the next day on the first one. But the second one, they did much better. They turned their plow and kept it away from what my wife and I had already done, so I thank them for that. My biggest beef is that the town of Middletown is not enforcing the ordinances on snow removal. According to the ordinance, all residential and commercial folks are supposed to have, within 24 hours after the last snowflake hits the ground, have their sidewalks cleared. That is definitely not the case. Personally,
Talking about mostly the first issue with the ice and everything when we talked, when you sent me the email back and forth?
yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
And same thing on the second one, just not to the same degree.
The first one was extraordinary. I mean, yeah, you're right. Not arguing that position whatsoever.
And personally, I experienced 4 instances after the 4th of February where I and my dog almost got run down on Nesting Lane because I couldn't walk on the sidewalks because of all the snow and the ice that was on there. And these cars are blowing down the road at like 35, 40 miles an hour.
That's when you told me you were walking in the street and you almost got hit 4 times.
4 times.
Talking. Yeah.
So, I was hoping somebody would get back to me on that. I was hoping that y'all would go around and start knocking on people's doors saying, you're getting fined $25 a day until it's done, which is what's in the ordinance. That happened? Talk
Well,
with
the
people
first snowstorm, that wasn't going to happen. I mean,
I understand it
in
takes a little while.
reality, we had 1.5 inches of ice on top of snow.
I understand that, sir.
So we have to set priorities, and Aaron did, in the removal of the snow from the streets, and, it was just an anomaly. I've been here a while, never
As
seen
have I,
anything
not
like
as long
that.
as you, sir, but
No, I know.
my wife and I'm pushing 70, she just turned 60.
I agree.
She's a cardiac patient, I'm seeing a cardiologist. We managed within 3 days to get our driveway and sidewalks completely
But
clear.
we have a list of anybody that's over 65, that if they get on that list before October, the town will come out and do their sidewalks. That's an ordinance that's on the website, it's been there for the last several years.
Do you have the
so
number for that? 'Cause
please.
I
I'm
went
sorry?
looking for it. Do you have the number for that ordinance? 'Cause I couldn't find it.
Well, it's there, it's on the website, so just remember, if, God forbid, we get another snow, but if next year, take advantage of that.
Okay,
We
sir.
keep a list of those people that have applied for it every year. The new list starts over, and then our Public Works, after they plow, will come out and clean sidewalks.
Okay,
The applications start in August.
okay,
Applications in August, yeah.
okay. And 299 and Brick Mill Road, who's responsible for clearing those sidewalks?
299 and Brick Mill, 299 and Brick Mill. Well, it depends
Which side?
which
of the road?
sidewalks.
The high school and Dove Run Shopping Center.
School.
School is the school and
And if it's the street that comes out onto,
Giant would be, or
yeah,
Dove Run?
it'd be the commercial, either.
Are you talking about the pedestrian path that runs the entire
The
length?
sidewalk. It's out there
The
next to
sidewalk's on the
299.
outside. That's Dove Run. That's Capano's group has to do that. I know. And then the other one would be Dove Run in the commercial shopping center. And I don't know who, but it's a Capano again.
Right, give them $25 a day. Get some money back from them.
I'll call him. I'll call him and chuckle and then just tell him, yeah.
I
All right,
understand.
okay. Well,
And Brick Mill?
and Brick Mill would be, that's the elementary school. The school had, Abercrombie School District has a responsibility for that. Dove Run has the sidewalk on the Brick Mill all the way down to the top of the hill to where town limits are. But the right side is Abercrombie School District where the elementary school is. The other piece is the commercial entity that's on the corner.
Okay, because my neighbor was out there walking, obviously in the street because he couldn't, and a car slowed down and yelled at him to get the heck out of the road.
Oh, my God. Okay, yeah.
So I'm just saying.
I know. I got your emails and, the first one was an absolute nightmare. I agree. No excuses whatsoever. But remember, August, put an application in to get your sidewalks done.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Put it on my calendar.
you got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else, new business? Mr. Ward.
I'd like to make a motion that we enter into executive session, discuss personnel matters in which the name, competency, and ability of individual employees is discussed.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Orr, seconded by Mr. Chaz, that we go into executive session, personnel and legal issues. Questions on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. What the hell was that you sent me today? Hey, Barney, what was that you sent me today?
I think you want to enjoy their.
I know, what was it?
They need the president.